no effective mental defense. It's quite, and that's not controversial. I believe it's controversial what's going on now, what's going on today in Cocaine Anonymous. That's the new way. That's fresh, straight out of treatment. All this strategies, all these defenses. That's a new way. What happened to this? Went to a CA meeting recently. Bloke goes, "What's that you got? What book's that?" Serious. A lot of hard drinkers hiding out in Cocaine Anonymous as well. A lot of hard drug users hiding out in Cocaine Anonymous, sponsoring people, trying to help people. If sufficiently strong reason, ill health, falling in love, change of environment, or the warning of a doctor becomes operative, or dropping in at a Cocaine Anonymous and making some cups of tea and shit, this man can also stop or moderate. Although he might find it difficult and troublesome and may even need medical attention, may even have to go to rehab, yeah? But what about a real alcoholic? What about a real addict? He may start off as a moderate drinker. He may or may not become a continuous hard drinker, but at some stage of his using career, he begins to lose all control of his drug and alcohol consumption once he starts to drink. You know, and something that really disturbed me around this understanding of the alcoholic mentality, yeah, is when I read chapter 3, more about alcoholism. Fred. You lot familiar with Fred? You better say something for the tape. You lot familiar with Fred? Yes. I'm a little bit like Fred. Fred is a partner in a well-known accounting firm. His income is good, fine home, happily married, promising kids. They're at college. Attractive personality, makes friends with everyone. If ever there was a successful businessman, it is Fred. To all appearance, he is stable, well-balanced individual. Yet he is alcoholic. He ain't restless, irritable, discontent. He don't mention no spiritual malady in there. You should read the first edition of the big book. Yeah, different slant, story that was removed from the first edition, a different slant. You know, what's this about Fred? He's just a normal geezer, yet he's alcoholic. He's got alcoholic mentality. He's got this utter inability to leave it alone, no matter how great the necessity or the wish. You know, it makes friends with everyone and stuff. You're like, all right. I can't identify with that bit, but you know, he couldn't stop relapsing. He made up his mind to quit altogether. You know, it never occurred to him that perhaps he couldn't do so in spite of his character and standing. He would not believe himself to be alcoholic or addict. You know, and there's people, you know, in our fellowship who come into our fellowship for the first time, and they hear us talking about our issues, and how bad our using was and the depths that we went to in our using, and they sit there thinking, I don't belong here. I'm still working and stuff. I'm all right. I've got friends and family and stuff. And they don't come back. They don't come back because you lot think it's all right to come and dump all your problems in the meeting and call that recovery. I'm in recovery. Oh, really? Yeah. Going to 90 meetings in 90 days and telling everyone about my problems in the meeting. I'll feel better. Thank you very much. Thankfully, I'm in a line of sponsorship where we're unraveling some of the real true meaning of the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. We're dedicated to helping others, for free, for nothing, other than obviously to keep ourselves from relapsing. And that's the key, innit? I've had various conversations with people today around this, like the book's riddled with messages and stuff about the importance of working with an alcoholic or an addict and how that can help us to prevent relapse, and even Bill and Bob, they could see, that they needed to do this. Where is it? What page is that? Tone? 15 what? Check this out. $159. What vision for you? What Bill and Bob did, the third man, the third alcoholic. They went to see him. Though they knew they must help other alcoholics if they would remain sober, that motive became secondary. It was transcended by the happiness they found in giving themselves for others. They shared their homes, their slender resources, and gladly devoted their spare hours to fellow sufferers. They were willing, by day or by night, to place a new man in the hospital and visit him. They grew in numbers. They could see the importance of sponsorship. They could see the importance of carrying a message. They could see the importance of sitting down with another drug addict or alcoholic, and helping him to recover. And more importantly, what happened to me is the illusion of power was dismantled through living the 12-step program. I will use again. It's what I do. I love drugs. I love getting wasted. I love the effect produced by drugs and alcohol. But, I haven't used for nearly 7 years. Drugs and alcohol just seem completely off my radar. I feel like I've been placed in a position of neutrality, safe and protected. The problem's been removed. I've not even sworn off. Just something's happened. I've had deep and effective spiritual experiences. I'm having one right now. And like someone read out from the Step 2 promises, my life's been, and this is revolutionary. And I think that I've been kind of placed on a kind of different, I'm on a different plane than I used to be. If that makes sense. Those of you who've gone through it will know, I'm sort of, I don't know, I've changed, something's happened to me. I can't really explain it, but I'm no longer sort of primarily concerned with me. You know what I mean? It's about others. It's about trying to help other people. And more importantly, something that you will not want to miss is when you start working with someone and they go on to start working with someone. Yeah. Don't miss out on that. Do not miss out on that. I've had that experience, to see other guys, lit up around this stuff, and to know that, I've been part of that. And my sponsor as well, just understanding more about this stuff, realizing that there's a lot more there's more to learn, and there's lots of stuff that we don't know. And the book continues to reveal to me constantly new ideas, you know what I mean? New concepts around what addiction is, what it isn't. I'm not sure how long I've got left. 5 minutes, yeah. I've talked about how the illusion of power over relapse was dismantled with me, and I think that largely that has come about by practicing my 12-step, especially from chapter 7 in the book. And it's quite clear that in that chapter, it's referring back to chapter 3, more about alcoholism. It doesn't tell me to go to any other chapter in that book. It doesn't say, stand up on the podium and talk about the doctor's opinion. Don't say that. It doesn't say stand up on the podium, make everybody laugh. Don't say that. It says, see your man alone. It says, describe some of the mental states that precede the first drink, because that we think is the crux of the problem. It talks about referring to chapter 3 more about alcoholism. It talks about, sit down, gain his trust, be a big book detective, find out about him, match your experience with his, go refer to the stories of Jim and Fred and the jaywalker and the man of 30. That's what it's saying. That's what it's saying for you guys to go and do. I've not just made that up. It's saying, go out there, stop being so selfish, go out there, find someone who's suffering. There's plenty of places. Go and do it. And go straight to chapter 3. That's what it's saying. I mean, I'll read it to you if you want, if you don't believe me. It's on page 91 or 92, then it clear-cut direction on how to work with another alcoholic. 92. Welcome. Stick around. Serious. Show him the mental twist which leads to the first drink of a spree. We suggest you do this as we have done it in the chapter on alcoholism. If he is an alcoholic, he will understand you at once. He will match your mental inconsistencies with some of his own. Too many hard drinkers hiding out in Cocaine Anonymous. And people die. Even worse, right? Yeah, worse than death. People come in and out of this fellowship and other fellowships for 10 years, wondering what's going on. Imagine what their self-esteem must be like. Everyone around them going, oh, you keep relapsing, what's wrong with you? Hard drinkers sponsoring real alcoholics. I'm going to end on something. I'm just so grateful to this fellowship, yeah? So grateful to Steve for asking me to come and share, and other people that are involved in this event. I've been a little bit nervous sharing. I apologise for that. I hope that somebody, understood what I was trying to get at. Hope my share is kind of like giving somebody a bit of encouragement and inspiration to stand tall on what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, and if you've got any questions around this stuff, speak to me afterwards. Contact me, whatever you need to do. I'll give you my number. I'm not an expert on this, far from it. Yeah. I'm still learning, so I'm up for it. I'm up for a conversation around this stuff. Like I tried to explain, I'm no longer operating under an illusion of power. I'm no longer deploying strategies to keep myself from relapsing. And as far as I'm aware, that means I've recovered from addiction. That's what recovered means. And I'll end on this. Thank you. Practical experience shows that nothing will so much ensure immunity from drinking or using drugs as intensive work with other crackheads. It works when other activities fail. This is our 12th suggestion. Carry this message to other addicts. You can help when no one else can. You can secure their confidence when others fail. Remember, they are very ill. Life will take on new meaning. To watch people recover, to see them help others, to watch loneliness vanish, and to see a fellowship grow up about you, to have a host of friends. This is an experience you must not miss. We know you will not want to miss it. Frequent contact with newcomers and with each other is the bright spot of our lives. Thank you.
Bring it in, man.